Hello guys, Ellie Hutchin here at remembermysound.wordpress.com. I'm here with Razda MC and I'm going to interview him about his journey and his process into making it into the music industry. Hello Razda MC, introduce yourself. What kind of music are you into?
Hello there, Ellie. I'm Razda MC. Drum and bass music is what I do. Recently seen a new light in the house music, but yeah, it's more like electronic dance rave music. So that's where my
Very
field
nice.
is.
So you like a party?
Oh yeah, I love a party.
So how long have you been in the process of trying to make it, getting into the music industry, being an artist?
I remember when I was 17, because I wasn't allowed to go out. I was not old enough, but I was still sort of finding a way to go out and get in somehow. So it was probably around that sort of age, pushing 10 years, I would say. But to be more specific, it's probably about 8 years. So that was probably my first gig 8 years ago.
So would you say that's where it all started, at your first gig?
I wouldn't say that. I would say many years before that, so probably more than 10 years. I started taking a liking to music from a very young age, like before I can even remember. Like my mum used to play music and I'd love it. I'd always be nicking the CDs and putting them on and loving listening to it. I used to love music from a young age, and I think it was when I moved into London, when I was living with my dad, and I just started listening to hip-hop music and I started like wanting to do what they did.
So you started at hip-hop and then moved on to drum and bass, and now you've moved on to house.
It's been a long journey, so apologies for not being specific, but yeah, it started off with hip hop and stuff like that. That's where the lyrics started coming out, when I used to just listen to them, and I started writing my own lyrics and thought, right, I can do this. You know, so that's where it started with.
So you always write your own lyrics then?
Nowadays, when I can be bothered to write lyrics, I write my own stuff. Yes.
Are you more into making music now then as a house DJ?
That is what I've taken. Yeah, I've grown to that now. I feel like looking at the bigger picture in it, really, thinking about how far I can go with it and how long I can go on with it, and the production side of things and the DJing side of things. I feel like I could do a lot longer than the MCing.
Yeah.
I feel like when I get to a certain age as an MC, I'm gonna have to pack up my bags and stop, because you get a bit older, you can't physically do that, jump around stage all day, and so I'm just thinking about the bigger picture, I think, and obviously the fact that I love the music.
Yeah. So from my own research, I hear that you've actually made quite a name for yourself in the drum and bass genre, shall we say, in the drum and bass world. So what would you say was the point when you realised that you could actually make a name for yourself? You was actually doing really well, you was better than most other people.
It was, I would say, in 2010. I can remember the date, or the year at least. So like 2010, I was, so that was about 5 years ago now, I entered a competition.
What competition was that?
It was Class A recordings, Class A recordings, and it was an MC competition for like people all over England, and they could enter via the internet. So you'd send in your link to your mix, and the winner was announced after all the mixes had been sent in, and I ended up winning the competition.
Oh wow.
So it was like, winning it, I started thinking to myself, God, I'm obviously doing something right here.
Yeah.
And part of the prize, what you got through it, was a residency with this Class A recordings label, which was based up in Birmingham. So like you would get a few bookings in Birmingham, and the main prize would be a main stage set up in Birmingham at a place called the Custard Factory, which was a very big thing, and I was very, very happy with the prize, and that was it. So my confidence started growing from that day when I won, and then when I went to the booking and started performing. So yeah.
So we've talked about your background, we've talked about a bit of your success. So what did you do to get your name out there? What did you do to make people know who you were and remember your sound?
That's a good question. I was like, really, all I could say, the word is dedication. Like, even when I wasn't supposed to be going to MC somewhere, I would still be going to the party. If I see people that on the lineup that I thought, oh wow, they're good, I like them, I'd still be going. And in the back of my mind, I was always like hoping to get on the mic. So the hunger in my belly to get that microphone was around. As soon as I'd won that competition, I was just going everywhere to try and. I was meeting people, I was talking to people. It's very important that you network. I mean, the internet you can network, but you can't really network properly on the internet. Face to face talking is a very good thing. So I was meeting people, and the lyrics I was trying to write, I was just trying to make them as good and as catchy and funny as possible, I suppose, and trying to make myself stand out from all the rest.
So did you have any help in getting up there?
I wouldn't say help. I would say I would like to think that I did it all myself. Obviously, everyone has help on their journeys. Like you get shown the door, and you got to try and find the key, right? Or you get given the key and you got to try and find the door. Like that's how it is. And after winning the first competition, I was approached by someone else who's in the scene, who I'd heard of, and obviously the person had heard of me.
And who was that? And
his name is Turno, and we got talking at a rave. Like I say, when you network and you're face to face, we got talking face to face, and we both were sort of giving each other compliments about what we're doing, and basically we got on well. There was chemistry there as well, and we decided to go ahead and start building a mixtape up together. So we did that in 2010.
Yeah.
Then we did the first mixtape together, and then I suppose this comes into that question you just asked. Like we got on planes and we went to Ibiza, and we was promoting our CD that we'd done with a front cover with a picture of us on the front. So we was giving out CDs to all the ravers that was out in Ibiza at the time for drum and bass. So and we did that for 3 volumes. So it was like volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3. So it spread over 4 years, but last year was the last volume 3, and that really helped us, especially me. It helped me breaking into this scene and getting my name about. It got me noticed.
And would you say it definitely was successful in getting you noticed?
Oh, 100%, without a doubt. I mean, the mixtape was a big thing for me. Like, I got a lot of people talking, and it basically made people open their eyes and ears to who I was, I think.
Would you say you've had to make any sacrifices for the game?
Basically, I would say because of the lack of communication and the distance, I suppose, with the whole the Class A recordings thing in Birmingham, it was like there was reasons for me just sort of not to be there anymore. I was so grateful with everything that I'd been helped out by these guys, and it was just a time where I thought, I've got to concentrate on me. I'm not noticing the benefits anymore from it. It sort of had started heading downhill, so I pulled out of it. So that was a sacrifice in the music.
Where you could have left a good thing behind.
Where I could have left a good thing behind, but I chose to pursue my own ideas. And then not long after, I don't know how it happened, but one of the biggest artists and the biggest names in the drum and bass industry.
Who's that?
Which is X-Man MC. He's a very well known MC, very successful.
Yeah, I've heard of X-Man before.
And I woke up to a message from him, and he was just basically telling me how he'd sort of been seeing what I'd been doing, and he was very interested in working with me and stuff like that. So that's when I really realised, wow, I'm actually doing something right here.
Would you say that was your most surreal moment?
Yeah.
When you realised you had somewhat made it?
Put it this way, I went to a rave, my first ever drum and bass rave. I watched this guy, X-Man, on the stage, and I was just like, I remember not moving, like.
Yeah.
I weren't actually dancing.
You was just in awe.
I was like, what the hell? I need to watch this. I need to watch this. This guy is crazy. This is so good. And so like that, watching someone like him made me really want to do that myself, and that was it. I just said, that's it, I'm going to do this, and I've done it. And then years down the line, I'm actually getting a personal message and phone call from the guy, and it's like, wow.
Incredible.
It's like, wow,
Incredible.
right, so that's like, yeah, I've done it, you know what I mean? I've actually done it.
Wow.
So that's what it felt like from there, and then...
Pretty amazing.
It's good stuff.
So what tips would you give for people who are trying to make it in the drum and bass industry, so to speak?
Just be yourself. don't try and be someone else. Be who you are. Believe in yourself. Don't ever doubt yourself. Like, I've done that many times and it's held me back. Don't let things... I'd say the biggest thing is not let serious situations in your life, no matter how serious they are, if you love this music and you want to do something, you will not let it stop you. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You lose a leg, you go, you carry on.
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm saying. You just got to really hang in there and be as eager as you can, I suppose. Because if you're good enough, you will get your time. Timing is key. So just hang in there until you believe that you're feeling a bit happy about yourself, I'd say, and just keep going.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. If anyone who's listening to this right now would like to find you, where would they be able to find you? On Twitter?
At Razda_MC on Twitter. At Razda_MC Instagram, and Facebook, James MC Razda. You can find me there. That's my internet
profile.
Yeah, internet profile. People that are lucky enough to have my phone number can get me on that.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.